So what I'd like to do today is add my class newsletter to my class website. There are two really easy ways to do this, and we'll talk about maybe a third, maybe more complicated way that I think is actually maybe the best way. So the first thing that I can do, so I'm on the Insert tab, and let me scroll all the way up to the top, is I can click the text box, and it'll add my text box, and I can just copy and paste my entire class newsletter right onto my website. So that's a super easy way. I think I've done it that way before, and it works great. Maybe one step better would be I can go all the way down, or I can use Google Drive right here, or I can scroll down. Okay, let me go back. Or I can scroll down, and I need to move myself out of the way, put myself in this corner, and click Google Documents. And once again, you can do it from Google Drive as well, but if I'm using a Google document and I know that, then it's probably a little easier to just be sorting through Google Documents instead of everything. So I've got it right here, and I clicked on it, and I'm going to click the Insert button. It automatically put it right here. Now it's only got a little bit visible, and that's okay. You also have the option to drag it. You can drag it down, or you can drag by the corners to make it smaller so that it doesn't take up the whole page. And I'm going to show you in a second why that's just fine. So I'm making it pretty small. I'd probably make it a little bit bigger than this, but let's move quick. So when I click the preview button, you can see that it's right here. Now, obviously nobody can read that, but if I click on it, it's going to open it up so that I actually can see the entire document. And that also gives parents the opportunity to print it. So if you're trying to avoid printing newsletters as much as you can, this is a great opportunity for parents to be able to see it online. But if they do better with a physical copy or want to put it on their refrigerator, then they have the opportunity to print it. Now, the third option that works really well is with the Google Drive option. I can actually put an entire folder. So I'm going to use the class newsletter folder and click Insert. So that's going to put it right here. And so it says title and then date modified. And so my newsletter, I only have one newsletter in there right now, and it's called Parent Newsletter. It talks about when I made it, all that stuff. I would probably use a title more like August newsletter, December newsletter, something like that, so the parents can actually look through a bunch of different newsletters. Now, there is one very important thing that you need to do in order to either post the document or the folder, and that's to make sure that your parents are actually going to be able to view the folder. So what I mean by that, let's head over to, let me move myself again because I can see myself being in the way in that corner. I'm going to go over to my Google Drive and look at my folders. And I need to make sure that this folder, I'm going to have a class newsletters folder. I need to make sure that it's shareable so that anyone on the internet can see it. Now, that doesn't mean that people are going to be Googling August newsletter and yours is going to pop up at the top. That just means that anyone who's on your website is able to see the newsletter. Alternatively, you could also make it so that only people with specific email addresses are able to see it, but that's a little bit more complicated. So the way that I did that is I clicked, you can click share and then advanced. And actually, let me go back. Wow, it's still all here. So you can invite specific people, and that's a fine option. But you can also make it so anyone with the link can view, and you can change that to public on the web. I'd keep it at anyone with the link can view, and then off shared only with specific people. I would, like I said, keep it to anyone with the link can view. If you're working through your school's domain, which you should be, it should also have the option for only people in my district to be able to see what I'm working on. Okay, so make sure that it's saved like that, and then anyone should be able to view it. So what we did, we've got our three options. We can put in a text box, and that was a whole one click to do that, and then I'd copy and paste it. Come on, moving it to the wrong place. There we go. I can put in the document itself, and that was by using Google Documents right here. And then my third option was I'd be able to have the entire folder so that parents can see every newsletter that's existed, which, like I said, I think is a great idea. All right, I think that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any more questions.